Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now I'm going to address one thing straight off the bat. I know I'm known for trials riding, and I know there's been a lot of mountain bike stuff on this channel lately, and if you are here for the trials riding and you're still around, thanks so much for being patient. Now this channel was never meant to be a specific trials riding channel. This channel is meant to be about me and the type of riding I get up to. Now recently it's been a pretty exciting time with being sent the motion ride forks, these trust message forks, and even just getting a new bike. So it's just natural that I'm keen to get out and try this new equipment, and that's what I have been doing. And I am well aware I have not actually been putting that much riding into my videos lately. But today I intend to change that. I am on this bike, I'm not doing a bike check today, I am doing a riding video. And this is actually one I've wanted to do for a little while. Recently, if you follow me on my Instagram and Facebook, you'll see I did a little jibby line on this log setup, which is actually the same log setup I tried to ride in the snow way back in winter. Now that line I was really pleased with, one I did on this Santa Cruz on this log recently. I really liked that line, it went down pretty well. I'm surprised how well this bike copes with the nibbly jibbly stuff. So today, that's what I'm going to do. We've got this log set up and I'm going to see how many ways I can ride it, get over it, do tricks, whatever. So today is a riding video. Yes! I'm going to try and keep the chat to a minimum, but I will probably explain a couple of things about the setup, any changes that I've done or had to do. And I also have some big news at the end of this video, which plenty of you already know about if you follow my social media on Instagram, Facebook. But I will let the rest of you guys know at the end of the video, so stick around for that. And also, before we start, just want to mention I have not changed anything on this bike other than I now have a quick release seat clamp, so I can actually lower the seat down for the trialsy stuff and raise it up for the cross-country stuff. But other than that, it's exactly the same. I'm still playing with the forks. The bike is dirty today because I was at Innerleithen up at the golf field yesterday and got it muddy. All in the hunt for testing these forks out, and so far they're pretty good, but I still don't think I found the sweet spot in the settings, so it's an ongoing thing. I'm off to Switzerland this Friday. Actually, by the time you're watching this video, I'll be in Switzerland testing this bike out, testing these forks out, and then hopefully I'll have a good verdict to give you guys. But anyway, that's definitely enough chat. Let's get on this bike, let's get on this log and see what I can do. I'm just going to explain one thing quickly. This log is one I intend to ride all the way along and off the ends. This is something I really struggled with in the snow on my trials bike, but I think it's doable on the mountain bike. The only issue is this thing moves a lot. Fortunately, I keep this log nearby, which happens to be the perfect size to keep that from moving. Still has a bit of side to side, but certainly the up and down has gone. Now, if I can get this consistently, I'm going to have to try and remove this log and see if I can do it with full natural movement of it. But until then, I need a little bit of help. But let's give it a try, see if I can get off the end of it. Before I try and ride off the end of it, I need to actually get up it. So I'll just try a couple of side hops, which is really weird rib suspension, and see how we get on. And if I get this first try, I will be surprised. Nope. I think it's glove time. Oh no. Oh man. Ah, I've got hops over here. Trying to do it with no hops. Whoa. Too far. Oh, come on. Ah, you bastard. Ah, you bastard. That's better. Come on. Haha! Definitely testing out the bottom out capabilities of the suspension, but they handled it. I reckon I'm going to get rid of that and see if I can do it with the complete wobble of the whole branch. Right. Oh, my gears! Got away with murder a little bit then. I've slightly bent my rear hanger. My gears went just as I was getting up to it. Still got it though, happy with that. Let's get a double angle. Okay, so I've managed to do it without the support, but that did make it a lot harder. So I'm going to pop this back in just because the stuff I'm going to try, it ain't easy. So I'm just going to cheat a little bit to get this back in here and at least give myself a fighting chance. Cool, well so far I've been side-upping up this very much a trials technique, getting on the back wheel, making the height difference as small as possible, your front wheel's close so you don't have to hop as far. It's essentially a much easier way to do side ups, but I'm on a mountain bike. I don't want to ride it like a trials bike. I want to ride it as two wheels as possible. So the idea now is I'm going to try and do this from both wheels to both wheels. Now this is a lot harder because you don't have the accuracy of having your front wheel only have to travel about that far. You've literally got to aim both your wheels to land exactly the right point at the same time, pretty much. So it is a lot harder. It also makes the side up seem a lot bigger as well. So I'm going to see if I can do it from two wheels to two wheels and as fewer hops as possible. So let's do that. So it's pretty handy. I've been doing this first bit from two wheels to two wheels. At least gives me a bit of practice. And need a bit more though. That's way scarier. But if you've seen my Instagram clips, you know I've done this before. So I just need to get back into it. Oh. Nearly. Oh, oh no. Get back. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. We've got hop. Oh, come on. Jesus Christ, that's messy. Oh. Well, that side up took 10 times longer than I had planned. I don't know what happened. Like last time I came here, I got that within a few tries. Today, I just could not get that at all, which doesn't bode well for some of the tricky stuff I want to try now. But I'll persist and keep on trying and see if I can do some of this harder stuff. So let's get on with that. Oh, you bastard. Knew that was going to happen sometime or other. Ah. That is hard. That took so many attempts. Absolutely killing me today. Oh, every time I do that pivot, I'm absolutely whacking my thigh against my dropper remote. I'm gonna have such a bruise there. Whew, but I'm glad I got that. That's the main thing I wanted to get today. And actually that second one was the best I've ever got it. Hardly any hops, just landed it straight up, straight along. Really, really happy with that. Now to move on. And the thing I want to do next is actually, this pile of logs here is a kicker. So I'm just going to try and kick it off that, straight up onto that one's back wheel, off the other side. See if I can do that. Needs a little bit of repair though. Get these on there. It feels like a proper Chris Akerig wee kicker, this one. That went all right. I just did not know where to put my feet when I was landing then. Poor bike. Got over it. Wasn't exactly elegant though. Let's try and get that a bit better. I'm actually quite surprised at how well that bike copes with kickers with those forks. Those forks are designed to really take in impacts coming like forwards at you, and kickers are doing exactly that. It's an obstacle that's coming straight at you, so you'd think that that's where the forks absorb the most impacts and would take away from the effects of a kicker, but no, that seems to work really well, and that actually flew up pretty nicely, other than the first couple of attempts, but that's normal. So yeah, I'm actually really impressed. These forks are working really well for jibbing stuff. Well done, Trust. There's actually a couple more things I want to try. I want to go along that way and try a 360 pivot off and a tire tap, but that means getting up onto the log my opposite direction. Now the way I have been getting onto this is my good side. Back from the trials riding days, you generally side up towards your bad foot, whereas to face that way I'm gonna have to side up towards my good foot, which is actually my opposite way. It's complicated, yeah. It should officially be my good way, but it's not, it's my bad way. So I'm gonna have to try and side up this, my bad way, so that I can go and try those tricks off the end. So let's do that just now. What? That was easier. How does that work? Oh, can't balance her. Whoop, sketchy. Oh. Right, so I've just been trying a few tricks on the log and found a couple of fans. We've got Douglas and Donna. Hello. Douglas is especially interested in these forks, coming from a bit of a motocross background. Obviously a lot of motocross riders have used linkage forks in the past. and it's just quite cool just to see new tech. What do you reckon?
It's very nice, very trick looking.
It's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah. We've seen these, we've seen them up at Fort William,
yeah,
the downhiller. But aye, and we didn't see them on a bike, they were just sitting on kind of display.
Yeah.
But aye, very smart.
Aye, they're good.
Like it?
You're welcome to have a go as well if you want.
Come on, Donna. Come on.
No, honestly.
Just sit on it and look at the front bit. It's really weird, honestly. Don't break it.
No, it's okay.
You won't break it.
What about that wee bit?
That's it, she's off and never see it again.
I know. See ya. I don't even know her.
Like this, yeah.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm just... Right, well, I'm calling it a day there. I am absolutely knackered. I've been at this for hours. A few things took way more attempts than I was expecting, and I've just completely used up all of my energy. I am so impressed with how well the Santa Cruz 5010 rides. It is such a nice bike. I couldn't imagine doing half of this stuff on any of the other bikes I've been riding. It's just so comfortable and so capable, and I'm absolutely stoked to have one. I'm also really impressed with how well these forks are coping. I've been doing some pretty heavy landings today, and I'll be honest with you, having a carbon fiber steer tube does make me a bit nervous, but so far so good. I've been landing, like I said, pretty harsh, and yeah, they've been bottoming out, but no creaks, no snaps, no weird noises. They've been really nice. They behave really well for anything front wheel related, so doing the pivot on this, just feels really controlled, and yeah, I actually really like how they ride for the jibbing stuff. One thing I didn't expect was doing effectively a bad side up facing that way. I did not think that was going to be easier than doing it my usual way to my left, and I don't know whether it's just the angle of the logs make it easier or what, but yeah, going that direction was way easier. This is the first time I've ever tried doing like 3 pivots and tire taps on a full suspension bike, and yeah, they're a lot harder, but actually feel pretty nice. It took me a little while to get used to how much extra effort you have to put in for the tire taps, but once I put them in, it does them really well. There are so many more fallen trees and logs and just interesting stuff to ride and jib on here at Cathkin. I'd love to do a professional edit, maybe even like a cut media one, although that is starting to get a big budget for one of those, so we'll see what we can do. But yeah, if you want to see something like that, let me know. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned I have some big news, and I'm sure many of you guys know this already if you follow my social media, but I don't really talk about my girlfriend Jane too much. She hasn't really been in many, if any, of these vlogs, but I've been with her for over 5 years now. We get on so well. She's into all the things I like. Neither of us drink or particularly like to party that much, so we're a good match there. And I figured, yeah, I like her enough, and I proposed to her. So I am now a fiance. I'm gonna get married, which is pretty interesting. So we went to Mull on a little trip. I bought her a custom-made ring, which was only made possible because of my Patreon followers. So if you are one of my Patreon followers, you've basically changed my life. I had such a dodgy start to the year. My finances were all over the place. And starting Patreon, having you guys give me a bit of an income, helping me firstly make these videos, and secondly helping me save just a little bit just to get a nice ring for Jane. It's not mega bucks, but it's a nice custom made ring. She loves it, and again, it was only possible because of you guys on Patreon, so thank you so much for your support. I'm not sure when we'll get married, but you know, keep an eye out for that in the future. I'm not going to be vlogging it, so don't expect a video on that. But I'll probably post some wedding photos or something like that, and yeah, like I said, don't know when it'll be, but hopefully sooner rather than later. Cool, well, I am going to call it there. Everyone, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I know a riding trialsy video has been long overdue, so thank you so much for your patience. I will try my best to get out and do some more Charlesy stuff, certainly getting out on the Hex. There's some stuff I want to do. I want to go and visit Blackpool. I want to go back to Hebden Bridge, my hometown, and do some street riding there. I want to go to Shipley Glen, I want to go to Leeds. There's like loads of places I want to go and ride, so I will get on that when I can. However, like I mentioned at the start of this video, while you're watching this, I am going to be in Switzerland. So the next video might have some Charlesy stuff on this, but it's more than likely going to be some mountain bike POV stuff. But like I said, I will try and get some Charlesy stuff done as soon as possible. And I also have some more plans to do some tutorials, yeah, pretty soon. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this one. Get out, ride your bikes this week, have a good time, and I will catch you next time. So thanks again for joining me. See you later.